Hello, my name's Rosie Goldsmith and I'm here talking to you about Commonwealth shorts. I'm delighted to introduce you to Jules Koostachin from Canada. Jules has made a short film and it's called Placenta. Placenta, it's quite a title. Is it about a placenta?
Yes, actually the film is about a placenta. It's about my placenta, which is still frozen in my freezer after 8 years. Because when I gave birth to my twins, I was gifted with my placenta from my midwife for ceremonial reasons.
Now, some people would be turned off a little bit by that, but there's more of a story behind this. It's not just about sort of grossing people out about placentas.
Right. Well, I think that placenta ceremonies are common for most Indigenous communities around the world. In Canada in particular, our ceremonies were prohibited up to about 100 years ago. So the film is basically about reclaiming those ceremonies that were really important to us, because we have ceremonies for birth, for death, and you know, it's really quite sad that we have been severed and fragmented from that part of our history.
You're talking about the fact that you're First Nation Cree, and the story that you tell is about trying to find a place to bury the placenta. So it's a ceremony, it's a journey, and it's about a ceremony, a journey, traditions.
My mother's a survivor of the residential school system, so basically around the age of 5 years old she was taken away and returned home at 16. Unfortunately, this was not just her experience, was a collective experience.
So taken away by force?
By force. It was law. Basically, to save the child, you have to kill the Indian. So it was an act of assimilation. And within that act of assimilation, we were severed from our culture and our language. So my mother has some memories of before the age of 5. But she's not entirely sure what our ceremonies are.
Was it quite difficult for her to tell this story?
I think it's always difficult for my mom to tell this story because that trauma happened at such a young age and she's still dealing with it. She's going to be 70 this year and it's still so fresh in her mind. And right now we're going through a lot of court cases and stuff right now because of all the abuse that happened within the residential school. So.
Now, in this film, you've got your children, you're in the film, your mother's in the film. I mean, what was it like directing your own family?
My children are somewhat temperamental. Well, all kids are, right? And you're their mom, so kids don't always listen to their parents. They should, but they don't. My mom, I think, is quite used to me putting the camera in her face because I think her story is very, very important, needs to be told because, you know, this part of Canadian history has been swept under the carpet, so it's only been recently that we started talking about it. So I think, again, it's something that's vital. Canadians and around the world, people around the world need to know what happened in Canada. Like, it's not that long ago. The last residential school closed, I think, in 1994.
It's such a personal story, and you've told it as a personal story, not as a documentary, but, you know, do you feel that you've had to expose yourself too much? Do you feel comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable talking about it because I feel it's so important to talk about. So I'll put myself on the line when something that important needs to be shared. And
well, look, we've got this journey and we've got this lovely film, so let's leave it at there, and we won't give away the ending. And thank you, Jules Koostachin, very much indeed.
Thank you.